Hey, what's up guys? Econ Bulldog, welcome back to the channel. This here is all about getting uncomfortable, bringing you guys more gems regarding credit. So I'm right here at Corona, California. I'm about to ask all these Tesla owners, right, debit or credit, and why? All right, I might ask them a few more questions. Stay tuned for what we got going on.
It's always so
Hey guys, what's up? What's up? How you doing? I'm Econ Bulldog. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I had a quick question.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Are you on TikTok?
No. I'm on that's Leo Gonzalez.
No, I wasn't confusing you for Leo Gonzalez. No, that would be horrible.
That's my buddy though. That's my buddy though. But sorry.
Yeah.
No. So I had a quick question, bro, and it's more like debit or credit. Like, what would you choose, debit or credit?
Credit.
All right, credit.
Yeah, credit.
Why?
Because you can get your money back if it's a bad purchase.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What would you recommend to youngsters watching the channel as far as like how to get into credit, or how did you get into credit?
I got a credit card when I was 18, filed for bankruptcy when I was 21, so I had to learn the hard way.
Wow.
Just immerse yourself in the world.
Some people don't realize, like, when
Go on YouTube and learn.
But not being afraid to fail.
Not being afraid to fail.
Yeah. So my channel is based on like credit and e-commerce.
Yeah.
And how they go hand in hand, because a lot of people want to do e-commerce, but they don't have credit to start.
Yeah.
One last question, real quick.
Yeah.
Regarding credit, do you recommend any good banks that someone can start off in getting their first card?
Doesn't matter. They're all good. I mean, I don't recommend one over the other.
Okay.
It's the ones that are easier to use are like B of A and Chase. Those are easy to use. So if you want something easy to use, go with a big bank. But credit unions are better for lending. So if you don't really have a lot of credit, go with a credit union.
Cool.
Like Altura.
One last question. Did your credit score impact you getting the car?
Yeah. I mean, I got a lower APR.
Nice. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Hey man.
Have a good day.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Watch the channel.
I'm going to.
Thank you. Quick question. Debit or credit? Credit all day?
Yeah.
Why would you choose credit over debit?
Why would you use your cash when you can use different? Just pay it back and earn points.
Nice. Okay. Now another question. Getting this Tesla, what model is this one? Model
S.
Model S? Nice. Congrats.
Yep.
Did your credit play a factor in getting it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I was gonna pay cash for it anyway because I didn't want to pay all that interest over the time.
Of course.
So I just bought it cash.
Got you. And then another question is, who put you on credit? Family?
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube put you on.
I just learned YouTube University.
Nice, man. Yeah. I'm really. That's what I learned too regarding. Now, with credit, did you struggle anything with credit, like maybe getting the right cards or the right banks, or you just kind of dove in and applied at a card, and then you've been making your payments ever since?
I mean, I had credit cards when I was like younger, and I would just use them to like buy things when I was out. But I never I'm pretty responsible. I never really use it to just buy stuff that I couldn't afford. And then I just, just looking at YouTube, I found out that you can go to banks, get credit cards, get a bunch of money from credit cards, and just buy the things because I have a business, just buy the things you're going to buy anyway, and then build your credit. Looks better when you want to buy a property, and
nice.
Your credit is everything, right?
Yeah, credit. What do they say? Cash is king, credit is power.
Yeah.
So I'm big on Navy Fed. That's who I bank with a lot. A question for you is: do you recommend a bank that gives you good credit cards, maybe, for the viewers that are watching?
I mean, I heard good things. I have Navy Federal. I haven't got a credit card from them yet,
Okay.
but I know that they give really good, credit cards if you have decent credit. But I started out with Bank of America, and then I got like 15,000, and
Gotcha.
as you go and make payments, you can ask for an increase.
Gotcha.
I know Chase is also good, Sapphire cards,
Nice.
that type of things. But I know there's other banks out there that are like credit unions as well. When you have an LLC, they'll give you way more money.
Yeah, so I'm big on credit unions because they give you bigger bags.
Right.
And then once you get the bigger bags, then go into the big boys like Bank of America and Chase. But someone starting off, just go hit the Navy Fed. But it's hard to get into Navy Fed because
Right, you gotta have to know somebody.
military association or something.
Right.
Hey, but appreciate your time, man. Do you have an Instagram just so I can shout you out?
D_McLean.
D_McLean, MCLEAN.
TaylorMade Bands is my business.
TaylorMade Bands.
Yeah.
I'll definitely support, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day. I'm Econ Bulldog, by the way. Very nice to meet you.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So my question is, real quick, is debit or credit? Like if you had a preference of what you use mainly, debit or credit?
I use debit.
Okay, and that's good because we're getting a whole mix of answers. Why debit?
Because it's immediate.
Got you.
I don't have to worry about paying it later.
Okay.
If I have it, I'm gonna use debit.
And then
I'm listening.
regarding credit, have you used credit before? Or
Yeah.
what's your favorite like credit card?
American Express.
So okay, because my channel is based on like credit e-commerce, and I'm just trying to educate the youth or anyone that plugs in regarding credit because I didn't wake up to credit till 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I was paying debit my whole life until I woke up and I was like, oh, well, Navy Fed gives you this, American Express can give you this with a good credit score.
Yeah.
Did someone educate you possibly growing up regarding credit?
No, I just kind of learned myself.
Okay,
I
self-taught.
did use credit. Well, I when I was younger, I used credit when I didn't have money in my bank account.
Gotcha.
So I did pay later. But then you learn how effective the credit is. I mean, how it can balance things in your life.
I mean, credit is dangerous at the same time because it's easy to swipe.
It can be dangerous if you don't know how to use it. You know, because it's I don't want to say it's free money because you pay it back, but it's money. It's access to money.
I think what I preach on the channel is pretty much OPM, other people's money. So it's easier if what I tell people watching the channel is don't use credit to make it look like you have money, but use credit to make you more money.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you very much for your time, man.
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a good one. Question for you is debit or credit? What would you prefer to use?
Credit.
Credit, okay.
Yeah.
Why would you choose credit?
Leveraging your credit score. I mean, borrow somebody else's money to pay for something.
So OPM, using other people's money.
Yeah, using other people's money, and it just makes more sense if, especially if, you know, let's say for instance, if you put this on, what's that app called where you make money?
Oh, Turo?
Yeah, Turo.
Yeah, Turo.
You know, you can borrow somebody else's money. You know, you get a loan for a vehicle, borrow somebody else's money to make money.
Awesome.
That makes sense. So I mean, I think leveraging debt, because you can't tax debt, and so leveraging debt I think is
That's awesome right there. That's a big gem right there,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Leveraging debt, right? Robert Kiyosaki is big on that.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, Robert. I'm a follower of him.
What would you recommend for someone starting off with credit? Like any maybe hurdles you went through regarding credit, or just start young?
I started young, man. My mom put me on game when I was a kid. She told me, like, you know, open up a credit card and just start buying little things and then paying them off. And so as a kid, I started doing that like at the age of 17, you know, 17 or 18 when I was able to open my own credit card.
Yeah.
My mom, I mean, she opened up a credit card for me when I was a kid. And
Nice. That's what I did for my son and my kids.
So, and then I just started buying little things, but I was disciplined with paying stuff back. And then she always taught me to always keep you know, more money than I spend. You know, so I always put money away, even as a young kid. But definitely open up a card and just start building stuff. Like I'm big on like zero interest credit cards. You know, I can always pay for it cash right now, But why do that when I can leverage credit?
Get points.
Pay a little bit over time and then use that extra money for investments or something like that.
Nice, that's great, man. And so this video is called Asking Tesla Owners, debit or credit.
Yeah.
Getting this Tesla, did having a good credit score affect, did it?
Yeah, but I've had good credit for years, so like I didn't even,
That's all you know.
Yeah, I've only known good credit. Yeah.
Cool.
I've been good with money and just making sure I pay things off. I the best way I can describe it too is I don't overspend money I don't have. Like if you don't have the money, then you shouldn't borrow. But if you already have the money in your account, I just leverage. That's the middle class thinking. If you're thinking just to pay for everything cash and pay it off, like leverage your credit score.
Nice. I got one more question. This is a big one right here. You don't have to answer it though. All right? So, what's your credit score?
Maybe 780 or something like that.
Nice. Hey, 780.
Like 800. Yeah, it's up there.
Awesome. Hey, well, thanks again. Is there an Instagram we can tag you in that way?
So MR.FROJAS. So Mr. F. Rojas. Let me double check too.
So for you, what would you prefer, debit or credit?
Debit.
Okay, awesome. Why debit?
So it's paid off.
Okay. Are you good on credit? Do you have credit established?
Oh yeah.
And are there any perks of having credit?
Of course. You need to make bigger purchases, you have to have a credit score, and you have to have background and all that, but in these times and our inflation, it's better if you have the money, pay it off, so use your debit card.
So you don't require interest?
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Now, quick question. Growing up, did anyone educate you on credit? Or did you have to find out the hard way?
A little of both. My parents were really good savers and were very good at their money and taught me to have a 401k early and all those kinds of things. But, as a young homeowner, spent and got into some trouble and pulled it all back though.
I can relate also. It's easy to swipe. Quick question now regarding the Tesla. Was it having good credit help you get the Tesla or?
100%. 100%.
Nice.
It
was the process smooth as far as you having good credit?
It was a situation where I had to sell a car, but it didn't sell when I had to pick this up, so I had to pay full price before I sold the car and then put the money I got for the car as a lump sum and then recalculated my loan. So I was able to afford a full price loan, but I didn't really have to.
Nice. And then being a Tesla owner is not using gas consumption significant as far as a monthly?
I mean, it's all
relative.
It's not relative. I mean, are saving. I mean, my two daughters own Jeeps. They get 10 miles to the gallon.
Gotcha.
They were paying over $100 a week at some points, and so that was almost a $400 gas bill. My electricity bill is less than probably $30 a month.
Nice. Now, one last question, and you having kids, have you educated them on credit?
Trying to.
Awesome.
I have a 24-year-old and a 19-year-old. The 19-year-old's actually better than the 24-year-old, but she just got out of nursing school, so she's getting it.
Got it. Hey, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your time. Bulldog, nice to meet you. So my question, I was asking Tesla owners, debit or credit?
For me, debit.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. That's good. We're getting good mixed answers. And why debit over credit?
Just so not accrue any type of charges. Make sure you just get this stuff out of your bank and paid. Got you.
Have you used debit credit in the past?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think credit is more powerful, or as far as leverage?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you could certainly get higher limits, and you could leverage it a lot.
Got you.
Depending on your account, right?
Got you. So my channel is pretty much all credit, no debit.
Gotcha.
That's what it's about. But more like leveraging the youth, the younger generation.
Understanding how to
Understanding. Because I barely found out credit 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm 38.
Right on.
And growing up, I didn't know nothing about credit until recently. But one more question: if you had to choose a credit card for someone to sign up for, which one would you recommend?
I would do Amex.
Awesome. Amex. Yeah, I do have an Amex card.
All the benefits that come with it. You could certainly, if you leverage them the right way.
travel,
The annual-
cashback.
The annual fee just kind of bleeds away with it.
Nice, man. And one last question, you don't have to answer it for the channel. What's your credit score?
For me, it's 812, 816, something.
Nice. All right, you heard it here right there. And with another last question regarding the Tesla, did having a good credit affect you getting it? Like interest rate wise, or
No.
you don't have a problem? Like
no car payment.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank
pleasure.
you very much, sir.